know if anybody can hear me, but I am trying to go live now. Let's see if it's showing anything. Yep, okay. Alright, hello everybody, and I am just doing a quick test right now, so this may be deleted in a few. Let's see if I can get the chat box up. Start now. Okay. I'm still trying to figure out this system, so bear with me. I don't know where my chat box is. Yeah, I don't know where my chat is. Oh, there's my chat box. I don't know if this thing has started or not. Anyways, hello everybody. It's been a while, and I know I'm going to be getting a call here in a minute from my significant other. So I was testing the waters here. So hello, if you're here. Otherwise, I'm probably going to start this over and delete this. I don't know. I think I will. Oh, well, there's Vicky. Maybe I won't. Hi, Vicky. Hey, girl, how are you? I didn't know if this thing was working, if it was on YouTube now or not. I just didn't know. I'm still trying to get the hang of this YouTube thing with this Streamlabs, because that's what I'm using. Hi, Vicky. Yeah, it's been a while, and I decided to do some crafting the last couple of nights in my truck, because I'm back on the road finally, and I've already had a rough go getting started. Go figure. What are you up to, Miss Vicky? You're sick? Oh no. I called you the other day. I called actually you and Janie, and I couldn't get either one of you. Janie said her phone never showed her, so maybe yours didn't either. But anyway, I thought that I would come on here and catch up and say hello. I'm off by accident today. I didn't know I was going to be not driving. I only had an hour and 20 minutes to my name until tomorrow. So I decided I would go ahead. That's okay. She missed the call, no problem. Hey, we all got things going on. So what's going on with you? Do you want to tell? Or you want to leave that to a private conversation? I got out on Monday. I've been home, for anybody else that ends up watching this later. I've been out of work for 2 months because I was sick. Well, I got sick in the hospital after it was supposed to be a minor situation. Long story, I'm not going to go there right now, maybe later. But anyway, I've been home and dealing with a death in the family. Hi, Julia. Thanks for being here, you guys. It's been such a long time, so I'm trying to give people a little time to jump in. I've been sick for a couple of months, out of work. Monday was my first day back on the road, and my first load was over 1,000 miles. So when I was picking up my second load on Wednesday, I was on my way and I hit a deer. So I'm like, really? Well, that's good. I'm glad you're taking it easy. I know that you were doing some stuff, Vicky, for your craft. I guess you were going to do a craft show or something like that. Did you ever get to do that? And how are you, Julia? What's going on with you ladies? I miss everybody. I have not been able to... I haven't been in the groove, but I'll tell you what. Monday I did some crafting, and then I did some, well, I've done some every night, I guess. I've just kind of been in a little craft mode, and I've been doing some experimenting. Oh yes, I'm better now. It only took 20 days in the hospital, well, 19 days and a bonus ER trip to the hospital, Julia, but I am better now, and I am moving forward, for there will be no weapon formed against me. And when we go through bad things and we're sick or things happen, I've been getting trolled a little bit, being told that I'm a liar, and I've had some comments on some old videos and stuff like that, so saying that karma, bit me, and that's okay if that's what people want to believe. I don't care. All I know is when we're tested and we stick to the test that the Lord, allows us to be put through, and we don't give up on Him, to me, then I'm being blessed, because it's strengthening me in His Word. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Well, good. I am hanging in there. So anyway, I don't want to get on a negative thing at all. I'm good. The Lord is good. My family's doing better. Unfortunately, I did lose my stepdad as well. Just to highlight, he too had cancer, like my father had cancer, and they different kinds of cancers, but it was a rough one. And my poor mother was having to deal with me in the hospital and her husband back and forth to the hospital, and then hospice. And then once I got out of the hospital, basically my mom was trying to take care of me. I was trying to take care of her and him, and my family was trying to help and jump in wherever we could. And unfortunately, we did lose my stepdad. So, and it was 10 days to the date that my dad passed. Like, my dad passed on November the 7th in 2018. My stepdad passed November 17th, 2019. So it was literally a year and 10 days later. It's just really crazy. But that's okay. That's okay. It was a beautiful service. My mom's being strong, and just prayers for her to move forward in her new way of having to live. So I'm just more concerned about that, but she's a strong woman, so, and the Lord is good, and He'll take care of us all. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Anyway, so I did start drawing at home, but I'm not finished with it. I'm making a video, and I'm gonna go ahead and let that video get finished. I'm not going to pull the drawing out, but I think it's going to be really cute. I hope you like it. It is a shabby drawing. That's all I'm going to say. It's a shabby drawing. And anyway, so Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah and Happy Holidays and all that good stuff to all of you guys out there. I wanted to show you guys a little bit what I've been playing with, and that's, well, I'm missing something now. That's not gonna make me happy. Where is it? Okay, I don't know where it went. I found it, now I've lost it. Do you guys play I lost my sister Dee Dee due to cancer in October? She fought a good fight. She gave her soul to the Lord. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm so sorry. And beautiful that she gave, her soul to the Lord, Julia. That's beautiful. I'm truly saddened, and my condolences to your sister and your family and you. I hate that. That would just, I don't know. It's a hard situation, and we lose more people to that sorry old cancer than ever before. And I think it's call me a conspiracy theorist, but I think we're being wiped out. That's all I'm going to say about that. There's everything that we do, eat, breathe, drink, taste, touch, breathe. It's just, it's whatever out there. It's meant to be what it'll be. So, thank you. We really don't celebrate Christmas anymore, but I still like the spirit of it. It just always feels good at this time of year anyway. But my not celebrating Christmas came long before, some other reasons. It was just really just didn't do the exchanging of gifts anymore and stuff like that due to financial situations throughout, and it just wasn't that important. Thank you, Julia. Thank you, Vicky. I hope Janie gets to join us. I know she's at home busy doing stuff. She's got some things going on herself, so hopefully she'll pop in. And I know everybody's busy, and I haven't been live in such a long time, so I don't know if we'll have a huge audience, but that's okay. I want to show you guys what I've been playing with. You guys know that I do dry paper clay. I sculpt a little bit here and there with polymer clay, but I've kind of switched to air dry clay because for some things I'll keep it that way. For some things I'll still do the polymer clay, but I don't get to do much of that anyway. But I've really enjoyed my paper clay, so I made some molds in different shapes and sizes, and I've made I don't really have them out right now, but what I'm going to show you is this little tile. I want to call it a tile. It's actually air dry clay. I haven't painted the back of it yet, but I thought these would be really cool embellishments. And I don't know if I can zoom in. Oh, I can. This is air dry clay, and I gessoed it, and then I painted a purple chalk background, and then I did a crackle with a ivory top, and then I did a napkin decoupage over it, so you can kind of see the cracks through the napkin. I'm glad I caught your live, but I can't stay long. Gotta go find some fast Wi-Fi to get my software. Oh, I hear you. Yeah, no doubt. That's okay. I'm glad you're here, and I appreciate you being here. I was just going to do a little chatting, and I wasn't sure if I was going to craft on live or not. So for now, I think I'll just show you guys, and unless more people come in, I may not craft. We'll just chit chat and catch up. So here's some more air dry clay molds. I haven't sanded any of this, and the decoupaging was done, but I love this. Again, I did a gesso, crackle, napkin, decoupage, and then I glazed it. I actually just used some glossy accents for that. And then I used some stain. I got some new stain that I haven't been able to use. It's called, I've had it for a while, but it's called Color Wash Tint. And it's by Tattered Angels, and it's a one-step water-based tint. I didn't really know what color this was. It said that it's a base top coat, and it's got a touch of metallic in it. It's supposed to be a faux finish, and you're supposed to be able to use it for wood, wicker, non-coated surfaces. It's a quick dry. It doesn't require wipe off, but I did do a wipe off on that. And it's supposed to be a metallic copper. I think, copper. But it comes out so pink. So I'm still trying to figure out where the copper is, because it looks pink to me. And I've tried it on other surfaces, and it still looks pink. So I'm trying to figure out where their copper is, but I don't know if you can see it. It's got a little bit of a glimmer on this sample, but you can't see it really on this. It doesn't show through the shimmer and the glimmer. And then here's another one that I did with another napkin with a cashew and black background and cashew glaze or chalk, and crackled it up and kind of let a lot of the black come through too as well. So I thought these were really cool. I think they're great for embellishments. This one's just decoupage. I was trying to use a couple of methods to see if I could get the crackle glaze over the napkin, but you got to have that two-step crackle, and I don't have any of that, and I hadn't been able to find it. I'm probably gonna have to go online, but yeah, the United States don't seem to really carry that. There's one brand that I keep seeing, from Deco Art, but it's all online too. So these are just ready for doing some stuff. I didn't even crackle under this one, but eventually I'll sand them and maybe put some felt or something on them for paperweight. They're kind of heavy. Paperweights or magnets or something. They're pretty heavy for a magnet, but I think they're better for embellishments and paperweights, so I don't know. But I thought they were cool, and I have a little round one, and I found it earlier. Now I misplaced it. Who knows what I do? I don't know what I do. So this was one of the things I've been playing with, are these. I was thinking I was going to do a video, and I'll probably still do a video on what you can do with some of your air dry pieces. So that's that for Project Share. Also, I also got into, you know, I have made handmade paper before. Have you guys ever made handmade paper before? It is an interesting and very fun process, but it's time consuming. It's messy. It takes a long time to get the water out of the paper. If you iron it, you can get it out. Have you ever made homemade paper? Well, I have, and it was a lot of fun, and I've been wanting to do it again, but I don't really have the option in the truck. It's just too much to do to be in a truck. Watch some videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. So I did watch a video, and I think it was called, the channel was Treasure Books, and I will try to link that up in the video after I'm done here. But I believe that's who I watched, was Treasure Books, and it was a faux handmade paper. And I thought, well, it's not quite handmade paper, but it actually is pretty cool, you know, substitute, and that's why they call it faux. So I thought I would try it faux show. So I want to show you my faux papers, handmade paper that I made. This one's a purple. The paper on the base back here is actually something I got from Janie Renthia, Trucker Janie. You haven't made it either? You guys haven't made it? Well, it's a lot of fun. I love making handmade paper. I made it once. There's a video. I'll try to link that too. Me and my mom did it together, so it was a cool experience anyway with her. We got to do that together, but I hadn't made any since then. So to see this faux paper, I think, like I said, on Treasure Books channel, you can go check it out. I made some. So Janie gave me this music paper on the back. That's what's underneath here, is some copy paper of music notes, and it was in purple. So I glazed, and you can't really tell, but underneath this, I glazed on some of that color shift paint. And what you do is, you know, you get a base paper. Let me see if I can grab something here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is what I started out with, something like that. It can just be a blank sheet if you want it to, but I wanted a little design in the back, so that's the difference on mine than what Treasure Books did. Is I actually used paper that had a print on it, which was really cool. And so Treasure Books did this, and she made this her base coat. And then what you do is you take dried flowers. She did some spices. You can put strings. I put beads, like these micro beads are embedded in here. I got dry flowers. I got glitter. I've got metallic paints. I've got strings. There's strings in here, which is some of this texture, but some of it's just because I got it too wet too. So there are strings in here, believe it or not. But I got it so dark you can't really see it. Julia says, I'm interested. Let's see. No, I haven't done any. I'm interested, though. I saved little pieces of paper to have some if you ever do. Well, I watched a video recently on the handmade paper, because it's been a while. It's been a couple of years since I've done mine. This one lady took one envelope and made a little, like a little 4x6 or 5x7 out of one recycled envelope. So I thought that was cool. So it doesn't take much. I, on the other hand, tore up a bunch and pulped it up. So we had some big old pieces of paper, and we didn't have a decal. And a decal is just a mold that puts it in a paper frame style, which I intended to make one and never got to. That happens a lot in my world. But anyway, here was the first one, And basically you put your Mod Podge over it, and you sprinkle all your little goodies, your spices, or your micro beads, if that's what you want, glitter, just things for texture, strings. A lot of women do the sewing and they save their little tattered strings, so you can stick those in there. Some feathers. I put feathers, I don't think there's any feathers in this one, but there's, then again, there might be up under here, but you can't see it because I made it too dark. I also did some Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist spray, and so that's kind of how I got this one. And then what you do is you take a napkin, just like you would in any decoupage, and you take the middle layer, the one, not the printed one, but the one in between the printed and the blank, in case there's a ghost image on there. Not all of them do. Mine didn't really have a ghost image, but that's okay because I had this image, so it worked for me anyway. And then you basically Mod Podge that back over all your stuff, and it seals it in just like a handmade paper. So that's what that is. And then I did a second one, and I ended up making a mess out of this one because I didn't clean my brushes, and it got the paint mixed with the glue, and it wasn't Mod Podge. That's right, it was 3 parts Mod Podge, or 3 parts PVA glue and 1 part water, so it's kind of a runny mixtures. So I just used Elmer's glue, and I just used 3-to-1 ratio, and I ended up getting too much chalk paint in my glue, and it turned out super opaque. A little more opaque than I would have liked, but I guess, it still looks good. Does the leaves and flowers as well? That made me interested. Yes. Your world, what? I don't know what I said, but yeah, I mean, this is a nice alternative, and I think it would be fun for you guys to try it. I was like, why didn't I think of that? I mean, it's just like making paper. It's the same process, except you're not doing the pulp. I mean, because when you make your homemade paper, you sprinkle your grass or your leaves or your dried flowers, and then you put another coating of pulp over it, and you've got all this stuff embedded into the paper. Now the glue makes it a little more stiff and hard, which I kind of don't really like too much, but it's a good alternative anyway, and you make your own papers, and I love it. That's a feather. Can y'all see that feather? Thank you. There's dried roses and petals. There's feathers and strings. There's all kinds of, but see, I let my paint get too opaque, so you can't really see those details. So I had to try again. So I made another one, and I haven't seen, this is the napkin still over it. I haven't trimmed the napkin off yet, but it's so much fun. I really enjoyed it, and I made sure that my glue was clear the way it was supposed to, and I did some Tattered Angel Glimmer Mist up here, alcohol inkings or whatever, not alcohol, but Glimmer Mist. There's a feather embedded here, rose petals, again, micro beads, because I didn't pull a lot of little stuff out to embed. But I did do some strings, and again, you can't really see the strings, but there's music sheets, there's strings, micro beads. I actually put some napkin in here as well. So that is, I did embed some of the napkin in there. My micro beads are still loose. Some of them came through. So it was a lot of fun. And then I couldn't stop there. I had to go with a more lighter toned, more vintagey, shabby chic-y kind of look, and I thought they were great. I love them. This brown stuff is actually a coppery glitter, but you can't see it. It just creates texture is what it does. So you can't really see the shimmer, but you can definitely see the texture. I also put napkins and roses, and now this is a string. You can see some of these strings. Can you do a video on how? Yes, I absolutely will. As a matter of fact, I probably will do a video within the next few nights. Hopefully tonight I'll do a video. And then I actually used some, it was still wet when I was testing, but I put a little bit of my metallic wax. And this right here, I don't know if you can see the metallic on it, but it's an Opal Magic by Finnabair. Let me just show you. You guys may know what waxes are, but you may not. Vicky, I hope you're feeling all right, sweetie. I'm sorry you're sick. This is Opal Magic. This is the Art Alchemy. It's a Finnabair by Prima. So this one here is Royal Robes, and I thought it was super cool because it's light enough. It's light enough and metallic enough. You can't really tell in here in the camera, but it's got a nice little pearl finish, and it gives it just a little shimmer. So if you put enough, I might be able to show you. Can you see that? How it throws out some metallic? Yes, awesomeness. I will do a video. I'm looking forward to doing this video, actually. And like I said, it was so simply thought out. I thought, why didn't I think of that? Because I've made paper before, and it was so much fun. But I can't do it in the truck. It requires too much space, water. It's messy. It's wet. I can't have that going down the road. Or when I'm sitting, you know, it's just, I don't have enough space for that in the truck. So I made that one. And of course, I couldn't stop there. I had to do a blue one because we love blue. I love blue. I love blue. And I thought this blue one turned out really pretty. I love this blue one. Vicky, it's blue. I know you like blue. And this one, you can actually see a little bit of the glitter come through, so there's a crack in there. I don't know how well that's going to work. You're supposed to not get the, you know, have air bubbles, get the air bubbles out. I didn't worry too much. It was experimental. But I do have feathers in here. I don't know if you can see them. There's different feathers throughout up underneath that top. But basically, this top coat is the plain napkin that goes over it. So it was a lot of fun. I loved it. I had fun doing it. It was a fun experience. And it made me have the ability to make paper. So that was cool. You can see my strings right here too. I think these were blue embroidery strings. So I don't remember what they call those. I don't know if it's embroidery. I think it's embroidery strings. It's beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. So, I couldn't stop there. I didn't do any more of this paper, but I did those last night. I think it was last night. No, it was the night before last. Now, I'm going to do a video on this one too. I'll probably do a video on all these. In fact, I wrote down a list. I'm going to try to do a paper series, I think. But I might not. I'm not going to commit to that. We'll see. Is that just one layer of making lime with uppity Mod Podge? Yes, it would be nice for a journal cover, or you can even cut out, you know, pieces and collage with it, or you could, I'm probably, before I cut any of this, I'm probably going to photocopy these and make prints, because I just think they're too cool not to. Is it just one layer of making, like, uppity Mod Podge? Uppity Mod Podge. Is it just one? Yes. Yes, it is. All you're doing is you're going to have this piece of paper. It can be blank or it can have an image. I had an image on mine. And even though all of these were this purple color, I painted this one blue with a very thinned out water and acrylic paint. I took my blue acrylic paint and I think some metallic paint for that matter too, and I watered it down to a glaze. And I turned this from purple to blue, the same thing I did with the pink. I made it pink with the same image, so it doesn't matter what's under it. And then you take your uppity Mod Podge, your Elmer's glue, 3 parts glue, 1 part water. It's like a thin, milky consistency. It kind of, you know, it's really free-flowing. And you just cover that down, and then you put all your little goodies on there, and then you take your napkin and PVA back over it. That's it. It's that simple. Napkin, like, yes. And yes, Vicky, it would be a cool journal cover. And I think I'm going to copy these before I cut them up. But I think they would be great for little quote papers. I mean, if you do any kind of brush lettering, I think that would be cool. I'm going to test that out to see if I can do any brush lettering over it. And I don't know, there's all kinds of possibilities. It's making your own paper, and it's a cheap way, and it's recycling, it's accenting. I got glitter and blue feathers and blue string and parts of blue napkins with blue flowers on my napkins. And I didn't do a real good job getting my air bubbles out. I didn't take a lot of time on it, but you probably should, but I didn't. I'm just not going to worry about that kind of stuff. That's okay. Autocorrect is good. It's always messing me up. So now I'm also probably going to do a video on this next thing I'm going to show you. I told you I haven't been crafting for 2 months. I started drawing the last 3 days I was home and didn't get a chance to finish my drawing. But when I got in the truck, I just wanted to try a couple of things, and then it just was like gangbusters. I have been going for it, and I've been enjoying it. Now, I haven't made a journal. I haven't done a journal, not since, 3-4 years ago. And I actually did my own sewing and all that kind of stuff. And there's videos somewhere about my journals. But they're not like what people are doing today. And so I'm probably going to have to get on board sometime and make myself a journal. But I got some papers, again, from Miss Janie. She purchased... No, that's not correct. Not correct. I purchased my friend Shannon Naylor was doing an auction for a lady, and the proceeds were going to someone who needed the money. She's so sweet to do that. So I wanted to support that. And okay, wait a minute. I'm getting them all mixed up. Okay, no, not that one. See, this is why I don't do that. What's that girl's name? She's friends with Shannon and Janie, and her boyfriend's name's Squirrel. I do not remember. I know her name. I just can't think of it. If I think of it, I'll tell you. Anyways, she was selling she was doing an auction, and I sold some stuff. Oh, it's great to see you too, Julia. And thank you for stopping by, and thank you for the prayers, and prayers back to you. And I'm sorry about your sister. Okay? Thank you so much for being here, sweetheart. So then it was down to me and Vicky. So, anyways, for anybody that watches this later, I'm going to do a video on this as well. You take care, Julia. Look, I did a shabby chic project. It's so shabby. Well, what I've done is the papers that I used were already cut because I bought a journal book from the girl I can't remember. I know, Spanky Madison, I think is what her name is. Yes. And inside that journal, she sent papers and stuff. So this was kind of nice. I said, I need to do something with this. So what I have created, and you're probably wondering what this is a letter scroll pocket, a loaded. I don't know how I'm going to label it yet, but I'm right now temporary labeling it like a pen pal letter or just a note. It's a scroll. And I'll show you the scroll here in a minute. But I took her papers, and I thought, I needed to just do something with some of these papers that I got. And I used, Vicky, I think I used some of your lace right here that you'd given me. And I think some of this came from you. I'm not real sure. But basically what I did is I took these two long papers, this one and this one. You like that? And I was just playing around. Because I try to do things. I don't really know what everybody does out there, but I know that they make pockets galore, journals galore. I like to do things just being different. I just like to create stuff. So this is what I come up with, and it was just really one step at a time. I don't think it out, it just happens. So I ended up putting these two papers together and made a pocket, if you would. But I decided, for whatever reason, at the moment that I did it, I only taped it up so far. And I left the opens flapping open. I don't know why I did it at the time, but I did it. And so what I did was took one of these die cuts that was gifted to me. And then this is also a die cut that was gifted to me, this lady. And I just layered it. I took some double-sided tape and I first put this die cut here. And then I ended up putting this little lace, whatever, trim, whatever on that. And then these little lace dangle trims on that. And then I found a pretty center. I put that. Another die cut, and then I painted it metallic purple. I don't know if you can see that she shimmers. And then I added some little pretty little flat backs that Janie did gift to me. And then these are enamel dots. These are enamel dots, and I thought, you know, I wanted to try and use my enamel dots as I hadn't used them, and I thought they were such pretty colors and it worked with this project. And so I just kind of layered it. So I think that I've left this not attached other than the top, so you could probably put a little piece of vellum or something right here. I haven't decided what I'm going to put here yet, but I made this little pocket. This right here is like an open pocket. I don't know if you can see that. I let it be open, and I closed the bottom I sealed the bottom with this little diamond, I don't know what you call it. But anyway, I think it was just Dollar Tree stuff. But I think either you or Janie gave me a bunch of that stuff. I have some too, but I didn't have the purple. You might have given me that, Vicki. And then in here, I put some other die cuts as gifting. That's all I'm not going to show you, but that's what's in here. And then I just threw some washi tape on there and just stuck it right there. So you can see how you can see the pocket like that. It just leaves it open. Kind of a showing. Just kind of shows the whole thing. And these were a part of the Spanky's stuff that was in the journal that she sent when I bought it. And layering it with that. And then there was these two tags. This is the paper on the other side. And then this is the tag for this side. And then that. So I thought those were really cute. So it's got a back pocket. I haven't decided if I'm going to put anything here yet or not. But I cut a little half a hole, like a 1/2 inch hole just for a finger thing. And this little jewel sets in it like this on the back. Pretty cute. And like I said, you could probably put some vellum or something like that. It also has, it's a double pocket here, because back here is the first pocket behind there. And then there's the other pocket that's sitting inside of, for this little nameplate, and I'm probably going to brush letter a name in here. This is going to someone. I already have it set and made for someone that I know. And then this is where it really threw me, because I was like, I don't know why I left those flaps open, but something in me told me to leave it open, so I did. And I ended up creating this little scroll, and all you do is you pull it out like that. Well, it's kind of caught up. I'm still working out the bugs. But you basically pull this out, and I think that's the end of it right there. And Vicki, you ought to recognize this paper, because this is something I made myself. I painted this, and then I basically just used it. It's a copy, and I used it for the front. And then I have these little tiny baby tags, and I did a little crocodile eyelet there. And on the back, you can write your little letter to someone. So you can write your note first before you put it in here. Or you can just put it in there without a letter and just a little artwork. But it's a little scroll pocket, and I love it. I thought it was super cute. So that is, as they say, is that. Let's see, which way does it scroll? It scrolls like this. And basically, I use those little tiny cards. I'll show you those in a minute. You basically just roll it right back up into itself. Okay, now it's going to be a little difficult. Now that I'm demonstrating, I've been rolling this thing up left and right. That's probably why. I was testing it, but it fits, usually fits right up into that little slot. That little jewel hangs right into that. Oh, that's why it got caught right there. I knew something was up there. So it catches that little jewel right there. I thought it was so cute. You remember that paper? What paper? Oh, which paper? Anyway, that's what it is. All I used was from the dollar store at the Dollar Tree. I picked up this package of wooden dowels, and there's 15 of them, and they were the perfect size. And I got them for $1 at the Dollar Tree. I think it was at the Dollar Tree. It was either that or Walmart. Either way, these little dowels, they're natural color. They're 6 inches long. That's longer than 6 inches. There's no way that's 6 inches. It says 6 inches. That's 6 inches. Okay. They're 6 inches in length, and they're 15.2 centimeter. I guess that, I don't know if that's the length also, but I was looking for a diameter. But it's just a little one. I had some thicker ones, but I wanted a thin one. And I thought it was cute. And then for the ends, these little metallic ends, they're thumbtacks. They're thumbtacks. I got those from the Dollar Tree. They're little copper looking. They're plastic, but they look like copper. Little thumbtacks. And I just drilled with my Dremel inside there. And I thought, well, people that don't have a Dremel could use a straw and just maybe or a popsicle, you know, the sucker sticks or something, and just glue a bead at the end of them. You could do it that way, or you could mold your own dry clay as a little end. But these were little push pins, and I thought that was cool. So this is my my scroll. Well, it was working better than that. I guess I need to tie it down a little bit more. I was trying to leave enough room in there. This is my very first one, but it's still super cute. And I am going to make a separate video on this, just so that it can be shown how I do it. So, anyway, thought it was cool. Hope you like it. And it's different. It's new. So I'm calling it the Steph Scroll Pocket. Steph Scroll Loaded Pocket. That's good. It works for me. There we go. And it goes right into place. See? So that's that. That's what I've been up to the last few days outside of working. I needed to get my craft on. Oh, one of my little cards came out. And I'm going to put that right there. Yeah. I have been an absentee YouTuber. And it shows. I'm like all over the place. But anyways, pretty cool. I will be posting this very soon in my Facebook group, and then I will also be doing a video on this. I'm calling it Steph Scroll. Steph Scrolls. Steph Scroll Pocketbook. That's what I'm going to call it. Or pocket note, pocket letter. Maybe a pen pal. I don't know. I'll figure out what name I want to call it. But I thought it was a super cute idea. So let's see here. I'm loving it. So I've showed you the clay, the dry clay pieces. I've showed you the handmade paper. I've showed you this. It seems like there was one other thing I was going to show, but I don't remember what it is. I don't remember. Well, I don't remember, but I used these beads. I got these from, well, maybe Walmart, but it's a, I don't remember. I think from Walmart. Yeah, because it's a Cousins brand. Well, you know, I got to keep myself entertained, Vicky. And I used these beads for the little clasp, and I used embroidery string. I think that's what that is. You know what it's called. I guess it's called embroidery string. And that's what I used for the little clasp. It just kind of works like that. And when I cut this tab out, it did perfect because it just sat right in that little hook. It was perfect. And just roll it up, and it just goes right into place. So pretty cute, pretty cool. I love this thing. I really do. I thought it was pretty simple too. And again, I use my enamel dots on either side to make it look like a nameplate, which I will write in a name here. So I've got several of these to make, so I'm sure I'll be making a video on at least one of them. So I owe some folks some stuff. So I've got these green enamel dots. Hold up. These blue. Teal, that's your color there. That's our color. Mine, Janie's, and your color, Vicky. Right there. The blues. And then, of course, there's a black and white. Those are the only ones I have. I got these, I think these were from Hobby Lobby at one point. I've had them for a minute, but I haven't used them. But I love these enamel dots. So, I finally got to use them. I guess that's it. I guess that's all I was gonna come on here about. I didn't really want to get into my personal stuff. So, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up. I didn't plan to be on here very long anyways, because I'm gonna go craft. And I'm sure David will be calling me any minute. So, that's what it is. Steph Scrolls. I'll come up with some. You got to order you some. What, the enamel dots? Yeah, they're pretty cute. I got these, I think when I got them, they were 50% off. So, a lot of times they alternate what they were putting on sale for the week at Hobby Lobby. So, they're really cool. I love them. And that's it. I think I'm going to put a piece of vellum in here with maybe a quote or something like that on here. I think that would be cool. And I love leaving this tab because it allows it to lift in layers. Even though it's attached to the little jewel, it still lifts everything else. I like it. It was fun to make. Once I put it, I don't think it'll take very long to put it together. Honestly, it was really very simple. And I used double-sided tape to put it together instead of glue, but you can use glue. I just didn't feel like using glue. Yeah, get you some enamel dots. And you know what? I've been watching some videos about enamel dots too. And you can make your own lookalikes enamel dots by using those pony beads or the perler beads. They're those kids beads. Well, a lot of time you used to see on the keychains that look countrified, you know, little thick round beads. They're called pony beads or perler beads. But you melt them. Go look it up on YouTube. There's several videos out there. And it's like you can get a container of like 11,000 different colors. And then you can melt them. And they look just like this. So I don't have an oven to put them in, so that's not going to work for me. But you put them on parchment paper and then let them melt, and then you end up with a whole bunch of these. Go check that out, Vicki. You might could do that. And you could also do it in like a toaster oven outside if you wanted to, instead of using your oven. So there's different ways. And they've got the perler beads are smaller like this, so you might get these sizes here, but the pony beads are going to be closer to this size here. That's what I've been seeing anyway. So okay, I guess I'm going to wrap it up. I said that a minute ago, but I think I mean it this time, because I can't think of anything else I was working on besides my drawing, which is not finished, and I will get that video out. Okay, yeah, you'll enjoy that. So I guess I will talk to you guys later, and if you missed the live, then maybe you can come back and when I put out the video to making the handmade paper and this Steph Scrolls. I think that's what I'm gonna name it, Steph Scrolls. A Steph Scroll letter book, pocket book. I'll come up with something. I'll shorten the name. But anyway, I guess, Vicki, I hope you get to feeling better, and everybody have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas. God bless you, and keep safe and stay warm and get well. And I'll talk to you guys later. Yep, time to go. My mother's calling. Okay, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.